Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Age of Fear 2, the Chaos Lord, me, Cornish-Knight. As we get back to the Let's Play, let's go and see what we can get done this day. Taking a sip of my water. As always, I'm doing post-commentary for this just because it's easier to manage. Once the system is fixed, so it's not as sort of like glitchy while recording, I'll probably go back to live commentary. But at the moment, I'm basically doing it like this because it's easier to do the editing in the process. There's nothing else around here. We're tidying up. A fairly nice fight. I was surprised how smoothly it went. I mean, some of my people are carrying injuries, which suck, which is never nice. Oh, a nice potion, brute's potion, but we spawn giant rats. We regenerate magic. And we butcher the living daylights out of it. That bug is still there, I see them. The injuries turning up after the unit is dead is a bug that the developers are trying to fix because it's not really supposed to happen. But to be honest, it's quite a minor thing. It doesn't really affect the game if they're dead.
As Zarya Khan fell to the ground with a loud scream, a portal opened up immediately, swallowing him. I don't like this, Percival shouted. What are demons doing here? They seem to know that we were coming to King William. How? I have a very bad feeling about this. We should hurry to the king. I am not afraid of a few lowly demons from the lowest rungs of the underworld hierarchy. But I must protect my investment, I suppose. Lead us to King William, then. It was not long before the party reached the king's hunting camp. As soon as Kara and Percival had spotted the camp, it was obvious that it had been attacked. At distance, the scene merely appeared subdued, but usually so for a midday hunting party. As they drew nearer, they could see the ground was littered with corpses, and the smell of death lay heavy over the camp. They saw some knights standing in the center of the camp, and decided to approach them cautiously. Before they got too close, one of the knights in the party shouted at them, "Halt! Who are you?" "I am Sir Percival, and with me are the barbarian Princess Kara and her men." King William looked intently at Percival. "Sir Percival? I knew your father. I remember you as a young boy, dashing about with the wooden sword, slaying imaginary foes. Thank you for coming to help us, but as you can see, we are now in control of the situation."
Yeah, the demonic heart lying on the ground says otherwise. But no, I mean, the cracked skull thing is like a little minor bug. It's nothing too out of place. And if the unit's already dead, it's not much of a problem. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I always forget about that relic up in the north. I meant to go and check it out. Ah well. So many places to go. That's one thing I will say. Having to hang around for all these things to sort of like load in one after the other can be a bit boring after a while. I don't know how the developers would get around that because they're supposed to be piecemeal, so it's one of these. I don't know, maybe they could just probably would be a danger to the system for overload if you had them all phasing at the same time. But I don't know, having to wait for like at this stage where you have loads of them on the map and you have to wait for each individual one to phase in can be a bit annoying. Ooh, we got golden apples. I don't think that's really going to help us very much though, because I'm pretty sure if my memory serves me right, that only good things can eat the golden apples, which sucks like you wouldn't believe. Right, new place, Saemon's hut. Living alone in the ramshackle hut on the far away plains, the wise Saemon continues his practice of craft well into old age. The weather-beaten exterior of his shelter belies the sophisticated rituals practiced within. The Saemon is renowned master of tribal magic, and it's rumoured his ability to channel spirits allows him to excise curses. He opens his door to his hut and adventurers to make their way nearer, motioning for them to come inside with a wave of his wooden stave. Saemon can remove cursed items equipped by your heroes. Excellent. I know the developers were intending to put this into the game as a way to counterbalance the issue of having cursed items low level and basically not being able to get them off like we had. So that's going to be interesting. So about 200 gold gets you to remove a curse. Dwarven Smithy, Pyramid. Ooh, lots of lovely stuff. Let's see what the Smithy is. The old dwarf ruler smashes his hammer over and over into the glowing steel. This looks good. Hello, traveller. Welcome to my foundry, declares the dwarf. You are in luck. My prices today are extra special for heroic bands of adventurers like yourselves. Oh, does this sword catch your eye? It's a custom order for Lord Azel himself. Beautiful work, if I do say so myself. Or is it the suit of armour you fancy instead? It's better than any other you may ever after my repairs. The gentle knight Edward would be able to survive 2 undead kings at once, I reckon. You're surely gathered by now my business is exclusively one of bespoke orders. Right, so I need to bring something to attract his interest. The old dwarf smashes his hammer over and over into the glowing steel of the anvil, sending a flurry of sparks flying all directions. Hero's men to sets hammer down, gives us a long white beard, a stroke and squids in your direction. For the right price, he's able to upgrade the party's basic weapons, armor, and shields. Okay, so he's basically it's the upgrade feature. I don't know why you would want this. I suppose if you had the equip everyone ability, it would be useful with items, because then you could upgrade lots of basic stuff. In the middle of a swampy marsh, hidden away from civilization, the heroes discover a mysterious and ancient stepped pyramid covered in vines. While the stone walls of the pyramid are cracked and crumbling away, there appears to be no entrance in the structure, at least no obvious door. Taking a closer look, though, the heroes find footprints in the mud. The dry tracks do not belong to anyone in the party. It would appear that someone visits this place recently. Will the adventurer solve the mystery? Let's search the area. After examining the area, a few straps of ancient cloth are found. However, the entrance to the pyramid remains hidden. We probably need to have like the jungle heart or something equipped. I can't equip it because I'm not. I turned Sir Percival evil, which means that he can't equip it, which is a pain. But hey ho. We've got. Let's first go to the smuggler's place and see if we can get a pearl, because we need a pearl to basically bribe the mermaids. Right, anything Sir Percival needs. Ooh, Nooble, that's something new. +1 defense, +1 HP. Very nice. I'm going to get that straight away for him. Up his defense a bit. Adrenaline's not so bad. What else? Let's see. No, that's not a bad spell. I mean, upgrade. We'll upgrade everybody else first. I'm trying to save my money because I want to try and get the pearl. Greater magical resistance is always very nice. I can't really get Firebolt or the multi-magical missile yet because they need to basically summon stuff. That's their primary job for me, is to summon monsters. So I'll get them as a last resort if I have the spare XP. Everybody else gets upgraded with spells. I don't use steel. I know I've been told by both players and the developing team that steel is useful, but units to me are more valuable than items, so I don't want to lose units just because I'm trying to steal stuff. Greater magical resistance. Alchemy. I'll get multiple magical missile because it's not as bad. Well, it's not as bad, but you hit more targets, so at least its mana cost is explained. He's hurt. Where is it now? That's not adrenaline. Not the one I wanted. Trying to figure out where he's hurt. I just realised now he's got a head injury, which is a permanent wound and needs to be healed, which sucks. Which means that's going to take him out for one battle. Yeah, so that knocks him out of it as well. I wonder how we get the Mancubus Brutes, because that would be useful. It's only 350 and he's got 646, which means we can actually get some upgrades for him. Probably want to pick up Tough, to be honest. All the others are really nice, but Tough is useful because it means they have a lower chance for permanent wounds, which is always really, really useful, especially late game when you don't want to lose units for a turn. Phasing. Most of my units are upgraded now. Like, this is the one thing I will say, is that maybe it should be able for you to upgrade your will of the wisp when they're like possessed, just because otherwise they don't really level up at all while they're having possessed monsters. He's not that useful. Upgrade Chaos Mage. General upgrade to this point. To be honest, a lot of my units are have completely like not plateaued now, because they have all the upgrades they need, which is nice because it means that I don't have to be so I suppose like nannying, I suppose the term is, not nannying, or basically being as protective with them. It was one of the things I'm always really nervous about in this game early on, is that you have to sort of really babysit all your units, because you can't afford to lose them, especially your early game units, because they're the ones that develop the fastest. Right, golden apples. Yep, can't be used by evil, which I find rather ironic, because like it's supposed to be like the apple from the tree of wisdom. Actually, wait, the snake couldn't eat that; it tricked humans into eating it. Maybe the developers have a point. Anyway, you can't get rid of them at all, which means they sort of stay in my inventory, clogging it up like so much rubbish. Right. So that we've got the Demon's Heart, +1 HP, +1 mana magic point, which is always nice, going to be used by demons. Heart of Stone is probably something that we need to have used to get about. It's probably the high. I find from my experience, stuff like the Heart of Stone and the Demon's Heart are normally area location specific items that you need to get about with. With her tail dipped in the shallows, the dazzling young mermaid lounges on the shore, looking out to sea as nothing in particular. As the adventurers approach, the mermaid turns her gaze towards them and grins. She playfully slaps the water with her tail and then rolls over onto her stomach, dropping her head into her hands and widening her smile at the heroes come closer. She begins to speak. "Hello, travellers. What colourful bunch you are, say. If one of you have a pearl you might part with, if I trade you something from the deepest underwater. So, do you have anything to deal?" We don't have that. Okay. I was trying to find a pearl. It's a bit of a shame I don't have one. I think I used up all my pearls getting more XP, which sucks. Just upgrade his attack, so now he's even more attacky. And give him the morale and give him the adrenaline boost. To be honest, like, Sir Percival is like obscene. I'd hate to actually fight him in combat as on the opposing side. Like, he's got 19 attack, which means he's pretty much always going to hit. He's going to do 2 hits every turn, and each hit's going to basically heal him. So he's a pretty monstrous creature to come in contact with. God forbid that I get an item that gives him double damage, because then he'll be doing 4 damage per turn, which is going to be obscene. I mean, obscene. Like, if you could get a weapon that gives double damage to this guy, it's going to be really nasty. It's one of the reasons I'm not switching him out for like better armor. It's because the Berserker armor gives him double attack. I could probably pick up. I'm actually really tempted to pick up Sealed Razor's Edge, to pick up Sealed Break, because I no longer really need a Dwarf Sword. Because I had a defensive perk upgrade, which means that I can stay around the same level of defense. So I'll pick up Razor's Edge. It means I have a lot more attack, and I get Sealed Break, which is really nice for chucking yourself against monstrous units. I really love. I mean, to be honest, the 2 abilities in this game for melee units that I love the most are double damage. Well, actually, there's 3 abilities. I like double damage, double attack. Actually, there's probably even more if I'm thinking about it properly. Off the top of my head, in order of ability of attack abilities that I like the most, it's double damage. Actually, no, it's probably like double attack then double damage, because every hit destroys morale. So it's double attack, double damage, cleave, is probably a really useful. Cleave is very nice, especially if you can kill off weaker units. You get another attack. And shield break, which basically means that they're perfect for months. If you can get all those 4 on one character, you're pretty much unstoppable. You will chew through monstrous units and heroes alike. Just doing the standard stuff here right now, just equipping my mage units with more magical potions. They can have more potions, so my 2 primary monstrous summoners are going to get magical concentration potions, mana potions, and they'll get one of those mana crystals as well, and they'll get a healing potion. So they're pretty much stocked up now, which will be really nice. Still no pearl, which is a shame. Let's go to the Demon City. This looks fun. Through the twisted core of the volcano resides a city of demons hidden away from the mortal realm above. Though through a combination of subterranean location and the effective mind blocks they shield, none of the human settlements in the area have the faintest idea of demon society thriving underfoot. The demon heart you possess, however, seems to counteract the mind block. An entrance marked with demonic runes fades into view as heroes approach the base of the volcano. The adventurers set foot into the passage and send into the demon city. Durazel, what are you doing here, Succubus? Good morning, Azel. How are things with you? It's dangerous for you to be here, Belcara. The Conclave is still after your blood. If they find you, you'll be sent straight into the void. Then let us do our best not to enlighten them unnecessarily, right, Azel? Business is business, Succubus. Besides, I've never been a fan of Yargon. Yargson. I laughed heartily when you surprised him and banished him in the arena. And I'm glad you're amused, really. Now, can we show us your wares? I take it this is probably going to be a lot of cursed gear. That's my suspicions, at least. Yeah, demonic stuff. Burning Axe, rare. It's nice enough. Demon Whip looks really nice. +2 attack, -1 defense, execution, Fire Strike. Doombringer. Ooh. Oh, it's two-handed. Infernal Scepter, it looks really nice. I mean, Doombringer looks really nice, but it's a two-handed weapon, which sort of gets rid of the point of having dual wielding. Conclave Amulet, really nice. Some really nice stuff down here, mostly only be usable by Belcara though. Unless we can somehow turn him into a demon, or Percival into a demon. Demonic Flower, very nice. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of stuff we can buy, because we spent most of our money on potions, which is a shame. Doombringer multi-attack first, Fire Strike, Demon. Actually, if we got that for Percival, it would turn him into a demon, so we could use some of the demonic stuff. But I don't know. That's really nice. Improved Firestorm. Firestorm is I believe the Firestorm, yeah. Firestorm is the upgraded version of Fireball, which is really nice. So if we can at some point, probably want to pick it up, though the bad luck, which reduces Belcara's defense, sucks. Plus, I am a sucker for disintegration. I will not lie. I love disintegration. For a spell to assassinate powerful enemy units, nothing beats disintegration.
Kara whispered to Percival, "A wooden sword? I must see that." The other succubus laughed in the background. Percival ignored her jibe and spoke instead to the king. "Please tell me, sire, what has happened here?" "We were getting ready to go riding for the day when our camp was attacked by an undead lich and his servants. They had surprise on their side as well as great strength, but they were no match for us. Sir Edward repelled them, and he is tracking them as we speak." Percival surveyed the ground littered with dead bodies of soldiers. The king seemed to be glossing over the fact that he had suffered significant casualties in this battle. "What of the mages, sire? Why didn't Redcastle send reinforcements?" "The lich had us surrounded with some sort of magical barrier that prevented our mages from contacting Redcastle. I assumed you were our reinforcements. If you are not, then why are you here? We had waited for you at the court for several days, and then decided to find you and join your hunting party. With your permission, of course. Ah, that explains why Princess Kara is here. I have a favor to ask of you, Sir Percival. Your wish is my command, sire. Go after Sir Edward, and help him to defeat the undead. He left with only a few knights in his command, and any reinforcements will be of value to him. Your guest, Princess Kara, may stay here under my protection. Kara took the opportunity to speak up before Percival could. I can handle myself, King William. The king, taken aback by her statement, looked to Percival for clarity. Sire, Lady Kara is from rough lands, and can fight as well as any of your men. She speaks the truth, and can well hold her own in battle. Also, Sir Edward would benefit greatly from her soldiers. King William frowned for a moment before finally speaking. It is not our custom to send ladies into battle, Sir Percival, but you know her, and her people better than I. I shall allow Lady Kara to accompany you, but you are responsible for her, Sir Knight. And please, take this with you. It is a very powerful blade, and I think you will make good use of it. Of course, sire. We shall leave immediately.
Ooh, a new blade. What did we get? Executioner's sword. That looks nice. Ooh. Let's see what it does. Executioner's sword. We could have got Doombringer if we had the money. +2 attack, cleave and double damage. Ooh, really nice. To be honest, I'm tempted to actually take off Razor's Edge to get the double damage. I really am. I wonder if cleave stacks, because I believe I already have cleave. Yeah, I do. I see it there in the list. I already have cleave unlocked. I wonder if it stacks. Probably not. The developers are very up on making it so that if you have two of the same ability, it doesn't stack. So I'm pretty sure it won't, because that would be a bit OP. So what do we have? Ooh, we have, really? They're gonna let us have paladins and knights? Okay, if you want to make it, if you want us to corrupt more innocent souls, we can. Ooh, and also channelers. Unfortunately, I don't think I can unlock any channelers. I upgraded all my mages because I thought channelers had been taken out of the game. Hey ho, no problem. We can still see what the channelers were like. Channelers are natural magic users who can quickly summon the very essence of chaos from their realms, often controlled by demons from the underworld. These dark mediums serve as containers for chaotic magic. So you can siphon off magical energy, yeah, they're sort of elite, and they can siphon off magic from enemies and use it for themselves, and they have chaos magic, which means they don't start with any magic at all. Segmented movement, yeah, that's something that they've put in, that the developers put in for the knights, is that similar to the bats, if you don't move their full move, if you only move half movement, you still have some tactical flexibility, which allows you to get around units. It's one of the reasons that I like the bats and knights now a lot more, is it allows you to basically bypass a lot of the fixed movement that you used to get. So I'm going to chuck some of my barbarians away. I know it's a shame. Probably could chuck one of the spiders, to be honest, as well. I don't need two of them at this point. We'll grab a couple of knights. Let's see what their skills have. Oh, they have some. Oh, ooh, we can get black knights. That's awesome. I doubt we'll be able to unlock them in this though. I'll probably grab Noble, because it'll give us an automatic defensive boost. Grab Noble and grab a weapons upgrade, probably. I was just comparing them to my normal barbarians to see what I would get out of the deal. They're a bit weaker than my current barbarians, but they have a lot more growth options than my barbarians. Plus, if we pair them up with Sir Percival, it will be really nasty, because they will be doing 2 damage on the charge. Yeah, it's going to be one of these interesting things. I mean, they have a lot more maneuverability. Stats-wise, they're pretty much the same at the moment, but I think if we can get them to live long enough, they should be a bit more powerful. I'm going to take out the Mancubus as well, because I like to have the Mancubus in pairs, and having a lone Mancubus on the field really doesn't help me at all. I just have to constantly babysit him because he can't move and attack, which is why I like having them in pairs, because then you can have a solid defensive block with them. So what we'll do is we'll take it out, we'll have the two knights. They can work in tandem with Sir Percival to help us sort of clear stuff on the charge. We'll basically do a wedge formation. We'll do a wedge formation using Sir Percival as the tip and having the other two knights behind him. And whatever he doesn't kill, they can finish off. And we'll try and bust through. If we're going up against undead, it will probably be a lot of cannon fodder and high level undead.
The party followed Sir Edward and the undead trail for several minutes. Kara was still bristling at the king's words.
What was all that supposed to mean? I am not some naive maiden who will faint at the sight of blood.
Knights are oath-bound to protect women, especially women of royal blood. The king did not want to put you in harm's way. As he pointed out, it is my duty, and I intend to do it. She made a hissing sound and replied gruffly,
No human will ever tell me what to do. So let us be quite clear about this. I am not accompanying you. You are accompanying me. Do you understand, mortal?
As you wish, my lady.
And another thing. I do not follow your king's orders. I have a personal agenda with those walking corpses.
They continued to travel in silence until they came upon some bodies. These are Sir Edward's men. Since I don't see his body here, I assume he and the remainder of his men are still following the undead.
Good, Kara replied. The fewer enemies, the better. Not that their numbers really make a difference to me.
Sir Percival, came a voice from a nearby bush. Percival turned to see a knight coming in their direction. 2 more knights were following him. The lead knight was in a field martial regalia.
Sir Edward, the king has sent us to help you. Excellent. We have forced the undead back into this valley. They are pretty much stuck here, as it is closed on 3 sides. We were awaiting reinforcements before launching the attack.
Kara sized up Edward, then spoke.
You are the famous Edward, undead slayer? From listening to Sir Percival speak of you, I had imagined you to be several feet taller and breathing fire.
Kara, please, Percival began. Edward cut him off, however.
Begging your pardon, my lady. Percival, who is this beautiful lady?
She is a princess from a very rough, faraway land. She has agreed to help us crush the undead.
But Percival, we cannot risk a princess in battle. What if...
Edward began. Percival cut him short. King William agreed for her to accompany me. She can handle herself in battle, but she is my responsibility.
I do not need your protection, Percival. Let us cut the chit-chat and see who we will be crushing on the battlefield. Let us cut the chit-chat and see who will be crushing what on the battlefield, shall we?
Sir Edward looked dismayed, but merely said, Your responsibility then, Sir Knight.
And our old player character returns. Never was a fan of Sir Percival.
Conversation died completely as they moved to the cliff edge. Below them, the valley was swarming with masses of the undead. In the center of the mob was one of the most massive creatures that Kara had ever seen. It appeared to be a dragon made of bone. Sir Edward faced Percival and spoke.
My men and I shall charge at them and engage with the bone monster. You lead the barbarians, and...
Here he hesitated, unsure of the words to use before continuing.
Our other allies. Your group shall strike from the flank.
Kara could hold her tongue no longer. She interrupted Edward with a nasty tone of contempt.
That beast will probably kill your men before we can engage in melee. I will have my warriors destroy that lich and his minions before we attempt to battle the beast. Sir Percival, you take the warriors and keep their infantry busy, and we will take care of the lich at a distance.
Edward had found his voice again by this time and interrupted her.
Lady Cara, it is my duty as marshal to lead.
She cut him off yet again.
Lead? Lead us to what? Nothing but our deaths. I know these types of creatures far better than you ever will. First we will kill the lich, and then we crush the beast. Now you must do as I say, and take your knights, and wait to support our efforts. I need you protecting our flanks until we have slayed the leader. Only then will you stand any chance of defeating that beast.
But Lady Cara... But this time it was Sir Percival who cut him off. Sir Edward, you might be accustomed to Lady Cara's style of speech, but she can handle undead with ease. I have been at her side in many battles, some with magic-wielding and unnatural creatures. She does not exaggerate. She has a very sharp mind and some very, special skills.
Sir Percival, I do not doubt that, but I am in command here.
Don't you see, Edward? We have no hope of victory in this battle unless we follow her command. These are her people, and she knows them best. And I have one other favor to ask of you, Sir Edward. Seeing that arguing was futile, he merely answered with a disheartened,
And what favor is that, pray tell?
You will see some disturbing things, good knight. Cara's skill and battle style are extraordinary. Please do not be alarmed and let your emotions get the better of you. Lady Cara is our ally here. I hope you know of what you speak, Sir Percival. Percival thought to himself, I hope so too.
So that's the old player character. It's going to be interesting. Let's see if we can get this battle done. Sir Percival, it's an honour to fight at your side, Sir Edward. It's a pleasure to meet you too, young knight. Your famous travel to the north, my lord, how I wish I had been able to be under your command. Percival, please wrap up your ass kissing and come here. I need you on the left flank. Sir Cornish, oh, it seems our knight has found himself a real lady. Is that? Oh, he put me in the game. Yes. Awesome! Your humour is as legendary as your bravery, Sir Cornish. Now, if you please, we have some work to do. That's me, boys and girls, lords and ladies. He's put me in the game. Oh, the developers have put me in the game. Sir Cornish rides to battle once more. Awesome! I always wanted to be a knight. On your orders, lady. Oh, that's so cool. So cool. I even have my own little portrait. Renowned for his humour and his bravery. Satirical humour, I hope. Let's see. Yep, Sir Cornish as a paladin. Probably a paladin of pasties. I don't think I'd be a upstanding member of the religious crusader order. Be sort of like, where's Sir Cornish? He's down the pub with pasties. Like, why? Like Sir Cornish has betrayed us all. It's like, how come? He's like, they had pasties on their side. It's offered him pasties, and the Cornishman went over to it. Oh, I can't get over that. That's so cool. Anyway, if you've liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Steam. And as always, you can look this game up on Steam itself, or leave a comment in the comment section. Tell the developers how great this game is. It's a really good game. And I see you all next time, folks. Goodbye.